Have you ever wondered why people are so loyal to Apple? They don't just buy the products. They line up for them. They celebrate launch days like events. They show off the logo with pride. And most importantly, they pay more for features that competitors often offer at a lower price. This isn't just about quality or design. It's about a deeper, more strategic kind of marketing, one that targets psychology, emotion, and identity. Apple doesn't just sell technology. It sells belief. And that belief is built through some of the most effective marketing psychology in the world. Let's explore what makes Apple's strategy so powerful and so invisible. The first layer is simplicity. Apple has mastered the art of doing more with less. Their advertisements are minimal. Their product names are 1 or 2 words. Their packaging feels more like an art object than a tech box. That simplicity isn't random. It's psychological. It's called cognitive fluency. Humans are drawn to things that are easy to understand, easy to recognize, and easy to process. When something feels simple, we assume it's better. This principle goes deep into how Apple presents itself. They don't overload you with technical details. You won't see lists of specs in their commercials. Instead, they sell experience. They sell how it feels to use the product, not what's inside it. While other brands talk about gigahertz, RAM, and camera apertures, Apple says things like, shot on iPhone, or it just works. It sounds effortless, and your brain loves effortless. The second psychological tool Apple uses is scarcity. New iPhones are often sold out on launch week. Limited stock, long shipping times, people camping outside Apple stores. On the surface, it looks like overwhelming demand. But part of that is carefully managed supply. Scarcity increases perceived value. When something is limited, we assume it's more desirable. Even if there are millions of units being produced, the illusion of scarcity activates urgency in our minds. It makes us act faster and feel like we're part of something rare. Another pillar of Apple's strategy is identity. Apple isn't just a brand, it's a lifestyle. You're not just buying a phone, you're buying into a tribe. Psychologists call this social identity theory. People define themselves through the groups they belong to. Apple has crafted an identity that feels creative, intelligent, elegant. Remember those old, I'm a Mac/I'm a PC ads? That campaign wasn't about products. It was about personality. Mac users were portrayed as young, cool, relaxed. PC users were stiff and awkward. This is identity-based marketing. And once people identify with a brand, loyalty skyrockets. It's not just about function anymore. It's emotional. The Apple Store experience also plays a key role. These stores are not set up like typical tech retailers. There are no shelves stacked with random boxes, no bright red discount signs, no chaos. Instead, Apple stores feel like high-end showrooms or even art galleries. Spacious, quiet, clean. Everything invites you to feel the product. This taps into sensory branding. Apple knows that emotion is built through experience. The sound of the unboxing, the weight of the phone, the smooth glide of the UI. These are carefully designed to create satisfaction and memory, and the store itself reinforces status. Walking into an Apple store feels like walking into something exclusive, intentional, elevated. Speaking of status, Apple understands luxury branding better than most tech companies. The high price point isn't just about margin. It's about perception. People associate higher price with higher value. And more importantly, higher price with higher status. An iPhone isn't just a phone, it's a statement. And because Apple rarely discounts, it maintains that premium feel. Even when older models go on sale, the brand never feels cheap. Another hidden strength is Apple's ecosystem. Once you buy an iPhone, it syncs beautifully with your MacBook, your iPad, your AirPods, your Apple Watch. Everything feels connected. But this seamlessness comes at a price. It's hard to leave. This is called ecosystem lock-in. It creates convenience, but also dependence. Switching from Apple often feels like losing more than just a device. You lose the flow you've gotten used to. And that subtle friction is enough to keep most people inside. Even Apple's silence is part of its strategy. Notice how little they say compared to other brands. There are no endless ad campaigns bragging about specs. No constant social media noise. Instead, Apple lets a brand speak for itself. Their launches are clean. Their product pages are polished. Their ads are visual stories, not technical pitches. This is the power of quiet dominance. The less they say, the more people lean in. The silence creates intrigue, and in marketing, attention is everything. Storytelling is also key. Apple tells stories about creativity, progress, and beauty. Their commercials show filmmakers, artists, entrepreneurs. Their messaging is emotional, not informational, and that emotional tone sticks in people's minds. The deeper layer of the strategy is trust. Over decades, Apple has built a brand that feels safe, familiar, and consistent. When people buy an Apple product, they don't just expect quality. They trust it will work, that it will look good, and that it will last. And trust, once earned, becomes one of the strongest marketing tools of all. And in the end, Apple's hidden marketing strategy isn't really about advertising. It's about everything else: design, psychology, experience, identity, emotion. While most companies try to sell products, Apple sells meaning. They turn phones into fashion, laptops into lifestyle, and customers into advocates. That's the power of invisible marketing, and that's why Apple remains one of the most influential brands in the world. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm more than you think. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Are you an Apple user, or are you staying outside the ecosystem? And don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this, where we break down the psychology behind tech, business, and behavior. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.